It's E for effort.
But why would you give someone an E? You don't. E isn't a grade.
I mean, but effort starts with E, right?
Yeah.
I thought the point was like not failing someone because they tried, so you give them right before it. Yeah, E is before F.
I'm sorry, what?
Maybe I've just been saying it wrong my entire life.
Maybe I have.
Which is probably what's the case, but
one of us been saying it wrong.
Y'all, we've come to self-realization that we've been saying this thing wrong the whole time.
Wait, what's the right way?
I'm
sorry. Go.
Time and place. Time and place. This is That's Unfortunate. Episode 11.
Hello.
What's good, everybody?
Hey.
It is your boy, Chris, a.k.a. SSJ Blackrod, a.k.a. the good one. The great one.
You're just good this week.
a.k.a. Mr. Muckluck. It's your boy. I'm here.
Okay.
I'm doing an applause because I forgot to upload the horns. The horns will be back next week. The horns will definitely be back next week. But we have the normal crew. We have Velvet.
Yep. Oh, me. It's me. My bad, y'all. I'm sorry. It's me. Follow me on Instagram, Velvet Isabel, Jesus Christ.
Oh.
VELVETISABELX.
you're doing beautifully.
Thank you.
Morgan, how you doing?
Hi. What's good? My car still hasn't been fixed. Figured I'd update you guys on that. If you want to follow me, it is at HeyMo0222.
All right. Jade, what's good?
I'm Jade Cooley. You can find me on Instagram and Facebook at Jade Cooley. My Twitter is the Jade Cooley, capital T, capital J, capital C.
All right. And we have a special guest in the building. Y'all, if you follow Should I Play That? We've had this man on multiple times. He is a regular guest. And it's great having him on this podcast as well.
It takes too long.
It takes too long. All right. Okay.
Our arms are tired.
My bad. I'm just trying to build it up. I'm trying to hype it up.
Any day now, Chris. Any day now.
It's any time? All right.
Any day.
We have GameMaster Herb.
Woo!
What's going on, y'all?
God dang.
You can find me at GameMaster Herb on Instagram, and you can find me on Twitch at 3 Bears Gaming with a Y, because of course.
I
get it
so much.
So I was trying to build up what you do, but I'll have you let the people know what do you do. I guess it's sort of like shifted with Rona, but like you're still doing some stuff. What you got going on?
So, for the past 7 years, I've basically been somebody that people hire to make gaming events happen in public with a focus on LGBTQIA inclusion and safe spaces where people can just come and have a good time. Gaming, DJs, vendors, whatever, all over Atlanta. I've been doing it for a while. I've also been streaming with my partners for a couple years, and since March, we're at 146 nights in a row with very few breaks. So we decided to turn that up quite a bit since nobody should be going outside. And I've also been doing a lot of like gaming bundle deliveries lately. I have a big collection of stuff, and there's people all over Atlanta that have a ton of time on their hands. And so I've been compiling bundles of basically like a mobile game store. So people can hit me up and say, hey, do you have a PS4 with all the cords in these games? And I'm like, sure, I'll compile it to you for this deal that's better than what you could get online. And I deliver.
Oh, wow.
So there you go.
Wow,
Nice.
that's cool.
That's lit.
Yeah,
Thank you.
So business, like that's gonna be something that's that we're gonna be talking about later on in the episode, because being a business owner in 2020, it's different.
Challenge. I love it.
Something about just being a business owner in 2020, like it just hits different. So
It's very challenging.
very challenging. We're gonna talk about that later in the show. But before we jump into that, we gotta real quick talk about a real one who passed. Chadwick Boseman, if you don't know, the Black Panther, has passed. There's a lot that sort of goes into like just talking about this man. He was diagnosed stage 3 cancer.
Colon cancer.
Colon cancer. about 4 years ago, and since then, like, kept it to himself. You know, it was like him and, like, I guess a very small circle of people knew. But then, you know, just went on and was in a bunch of movies. You know, Gods of Egypt, Captain America: Civil War,
That's what blows my mind.
Marshall, Black Panther, both Avengers, you know, Infinity War and Endgame, 21 Bridges, The Five Bloods, and he has one more movie coming out that's in post-production right now, Ma Rainey's Black Bottom, which will be out later this year.
He filmed all
So
that.
young too.
Yes.
Yes.
So
43, right?
Yeah, that's young.
That's fucking young.
It really is.
I'm just like, I'm amazed at like how much he did while going through that, because it went from stage 3 to stage 4.
Yeah. So
And telling no one.
telling no one knows, like, the hardest part was maybe a month or two ago, about 2 months ago, when, like, everyone is, like, quarantined, everyone's, like, you know, in their house, but then we see, like, pictures of, you know, Chadwick out in public, and he's, like, looking really, really frail,
Skinny.
really skinny. You have one half of people saying, oh, you know, he must be preparing for a new role, but then you have the internet.
Ugh.
Who, you know, just, you know, throwing his name through the mud, just saying this, that, and the third. It was to the point where he actually turned off comments on his Instagram profile.
And deleted pictures.
And this whole time he was dying.
So,
And you know, I think that's a very curious thing, because it not only says how strong he was to kind of just push through and persevere, but it also says something about how our society is set up, and how it's very much the common practice and the common, like, encouragement and push that you hear from everybody, like all of our authority, just everything, that just, you know, just go, never stop, never take care of yourself, never show your feelings, never talk about what's happening to you, just keep going. And I don't know if that, I mean, who knows? We don't know now if that necessarily applies to him, but I just feel like 43 and working through cancer for 4 years, that's like, I mean, like, that's fucked, you know?
Yeah.
I knew people were going to start with this weird, like, grind culture bullshit surrounding his death. And I saw something interesting from one of his family members online. I can't remember who it was, but they said that he didn't get up and work every day despite cancer. He got up and lived every day despite cancer. He wasn't doing any work. He loved what he was doing. That was the thing that made him live as long as he did.
That's awesome.
So, yeah, it's definitely, it's sad to see that, like, people are kind of turning this into a way to justify, like, you know, cancer's not an excuse. Like, he was doing the thing that made him happy when he died.
Wow,
I
yeah.
was gonna say, but also, can we take the moment to say fuck those people?
Yeah.
Like,
Yes.
I mean,
Cancer's a really hard thing to go through, and not
that's a-
everybody,
Yeah, for real.
yeah.
not everybody handles it the same way. Honestly, like, there's some
Yeah.
people who are amazingly optimistic about it, but then there's other people who, understandably, because I'd probably be this way, who are depressed over it and
Yeah.
just like, oh God, like imagine knowing, you know, you're probably gonna die like within a couple of years or months or whatever. Like,
That's
I'm not sure I would be able to
Yeah.
continue doing what I'm doing and continue putting on some sort of face.
That's
And-
like people ask that question, like, it's like that hypothetical. If this was your last day,
yeah.
if you have one week left to live, what would you do with that? And Jade, just like you said, he lived life. I feel like that's a good, you know, that's a perfect example
That's beautiful.
of
It's
what
inspiring.
you should do. It's very inspiring.
Well-
So sort of see that and, like, go off of that. I want to say real quick that I know for a lot of people, you know, you think of Chadwick Boseman, you're gonna think Black Panther.
Mm-hmm.
You know, let's talk about this
Yeah.
real quick. So, you know, unfortunately, I was supposed to have my Black Panther shirt on today. I forgot, but I think Black Panther, like, just the movie, just the movement, like, that was a time to be alive. To see that movie out in theaters, to see the culture get behind this film, seeing people dress up in African garb, seeing people just talk, like, seeing people who never talk about superhero movies talk about this
yes.
movie,
Seeing
little black boys and little black girls, seeing these, you know, heroes in front of them saying, wow, like, that looks like me. Like, that's huge.
Yeah.
Very huge.
Representation.
They didn't
Yeah.
just stop at black individuals, they made sure that there was black LGBT representation in that movie. Like, even though they didn't have the representation as the characters, actors and actresses came from all backgrounds. They had made sure that they had production come from black pioneers in the industry. They made sure that directors were black. They made sure that everyone who was a part of this film that they knew would uplift the black community was actually uplifting all aspects of the black community, not just generating a profit for white pockets benefiting the black community.
And that's with, the movie itself. That goes with the soundtrack. Like,
Yes.
to this
The
day.
soundtrack
To this day.
slaps.
Slaps. I'm still bumping to it. And it's a lot. It's huge.
I watched a video. It was like a segment from one of Jimmy Fallon's episodes, and he had him and Chadwick Boseman were behind this curtain, and these people will walk up and look at a picture of him as Black Panther and just like talk to the picture and tell them how the movie made them feel, and then he'd come out at the end afterwards and surprise them. And some of the stuff people were saying, it was just like as a white person who has like seen superheroes, white superheroes, like my whole life, like come on, Superman, Batman, Wonder Woman, like they're all white. So like to see like how much it means to like people of color, really like it almost makes me like kind of take things for granted in a way, or I feel like I was taking things for granted. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because I'm like, wow, like this is a big deal, and like my whole life, like it's just been normal to see representation for me. So it kind of makes me sad, but also makes me happy because he was able to give that to people. Yeah. But that should have happened a long time ago.
Yeah, like I finally got to see in Black Panther women who exuded more masculine features and didn't follow a contemporary beauty standard. Like they had masculine jawlines and broad shoulders, were tall, and
they're all beautiful and like short hair.
Like,
yes,
you don't wanna mess
so
with them.
beautiful.
It was nice to like, because even though like I'm obviously white presenting, there was no representation for me growing up, and now that like I'm finally seeing female superheroes have muscle tones and like be able to do the thing that they're supposed to do and like look like they're doing it. Black Panther provided a lot of that for me as well with the representation of women they had. So
there's a part in the beginning where the guy's like looking through the peephole, and he's like, "There's like some two Grace Jones looking chicks outside."
Yes.
And I thought that was great that they mentioned Grace Jones, because she, unfortunately, like there is quite a list of black movie stars and black entertainers, but there's like it's just not as long by design as the whitelist. And it's really cool to see a movie that absolutely celebrates, like I love their narrative of like, no, we need to all stick together and come through this. We cannot be fighting against each other and dividing each other. And it's just great. They very, very amazing job. I don't think he'll be forgotten anytime soon.
Oh no. So right now, I shouldn't have to say this, but internet, y'all, please relax. Like, I know the conversation of like how are they gonna carry forward like just the whole Black Panther franchise? Like, how is that gonna work? Y'all, let's celebrate his life right now.
Right? That's like the last thing on the list.
like that'll get figured out. That doesn't need to be handled right.
That's gonna
now.
get figured out. Like, I understand being like excited, like thinking about what like the future, but like right now, like let's celebrate his life. Let's take everything that like just like we said before about just like how strong he was going through all this and not saying anything. That's hard in itself.
Yeah,
I think like for me, I feel like I like it would get to a point where like, especially when people were like commenting, saying all this stuff. For me personally, at some point, I'm like, hey, y'all, listen. This is what's going on.
Yeah.
Now look at you. Mud in your face.
Yeah.
But he didn't do that.
Exactly.
He didn't do that. So, I don't know. Rest in power.
Yeah.
Chadwick Boseman. We wanted to, take the time to sort of talk about this. It's a lot. Because I could talk about just, like, the impact of what this movie did.
You know what's insane? Okay, there's very few movies where I actually remember like I remember going to theaters, but that feeling, I don't really like remember every movie. It's just like, okay, I went to go watch it. But watching Black Panther opening weekend, and then like
it was like an event.
Yes, like people were like it, obviously that movie was full, and then like it was nobody was being like annoying. You know how you always have those like annoying moviegoers that are like talking the whole time and chewing on their loud popcorn. There was none of that. Everybody was like into the movie. Like I literally got goosebumps like for like certain parts. It was insane. Like you could see like well, the people around me, not everybody obviously, you can see like the joy in their faces like watching this movie, and like all the bright colors and like just all the acting, and it was just insane. Like it was a surreal feeling, and then walking out of that and then hearing everybody like talk about it and like, wow, that was this and that, and it's just it stuck with it stuck with me from then, and now even more now. I'm definitely gonna take that memory and kind of like hold on to it as much as I can, because that was insane.
You know, the last time I feel like I've seen a community like come together and like, I don't know, there was like a overwhelming sense of like unity. Mm-hmm. Don't be mad at me about this. I know someone in comments will be like, "Oh wow, this guy's such a nerd." Listen. Do y'all remember this? Do y'all remember this summer?
It's okay.
The summer, what was this? 2015.
I don't know what you're talking
Anyways, the summer Pokemon Go dropped.
Oh yes. Everybody was like,
Listen.
Everybody played that
Everybody was in that.
Yeah.
Yes.
You know, your mama, your cousin, your uncle. Like, everybody downloaded that game. Everyone was playing. Everyone was like,
everywhere
like,
you
are
go.
you playing? Are you playing? Yes. Whatever. You let's start talking about it. Just start talking to random strangers.
I played at the beach. That shit was so fun.
So that sense of like the community coming together, like that's what Black Panther was for us. It was 100%. Just seeing the happiness, just seeing like people like
everyone liked that movie.
Viola Davis said something very interesting that I think is interesting. She said that the feeling of profound nostalgia from that movie and the feeling of like just excitement surrounding it shows how starved and how thirsty our country is for Black excellence and for Black opportunity.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And how much beauty can come from retracting that excellence, and like allowing it the room to grow and like actually reach the potential in which it's supposed to reach. So hopefully we'll get more from that.
You know what that is? This was all right. So this was a quote unquote Black movie because, full of Black cast, the directors, everyone that was working on it, Black, but it wasn't a Black movie, if that makes sense.
Yeah, it wasn't about Black people.
That's
and
what I meant by everyone enjoyed it, because literally everyone enjoyed it.
It wasn't stereotypical. It wasn't
just a good ass movie.
It wasn't, like, not to throw shade at Tyler Perry, but it wasn't a Tyler Perry movie.
How did I know you were going to say that?
It doesn't. It was a chance for Hollywood to not reinforce Black stereotypes because the list of Black excellence in Hollywood comes from movies like The Help or movies like Boys in the Hood.
12 Years a Slave.
Exactly.
Like
The Color Purple. Something that never has to do with a Black man being a superhero and
it's always like Black struggles.
It's always about reinforcing the... Coming from someone who's been a victim of a lot of circumstance, I hate when people classify me as a victim, and Hollywood loves to victimize the Black community instead of uplift the Black community and show the strength behind the Black community.
That was the difference with this movie. Is that
exactly.
The whole time you just saw nothing but Black excellence.
Yes.
Yeah, you saw nothing but
refreshing.
Black people not being tied to the history of their suppression, but being tied to the future of their excellence. And that's what was so beautiful about that film.
Like even the villain, like Michael B. Jordan, like we were rooting for him like at some points.
I love
like
him.
in the museum when he was like, "Oh, that's not yours anyways," or whatever. I don't remember the specific
right.
but you guys know what I'm talking
I thought
about.
he was gonna like turn out all right.
Yeah,
like no, he was just crazy.
I think I'm just in love with Michael B. Jordan.
Then I was like, there was another point where I was like, oh, all right, well maybe.
It's like,
you're like, at some point he's gonna turn around. I feel it.
Especially towards the end.
I wanted him to so bad.
But no.
And then Black Panther doesn't kill him. It's like, good for you, man. Good for you.
Good for you, man.
Yeah. So
like it was just like. Yeah, this is a big turning point, not only for Black films, but for just for superhero films. Like I don't know, it was so much more important than like a lot of the other Marvel films.
Yeah, and the detail orientation with that movie, like
watch the director's commentary.
The
like
costumes,
it will open up your mind on like just the way the thought process that goes behind making movies, like just like you said, like just like with costumes, like the color design, like everything that they put in this movie had a reason. Everything was symbolic for something.
Right.
Yeah.
They had such a like. When you look at movies like okay, Batman or Superman or something like that, like the details in the movie is very like done before but polished, and they have to do so much minimal work to make that like film succeed, and they put so much detail into the makeup, the clothing, the costumes, the CGI, the effects, like even the setting, even down to every flower petal, the last water drop that was on it. It was like beautifully executed.
A lot of it was filmed west of Atlanta.
Yeah.
In the same area where they do alchemy. And I think that's really cool. Like Atlanta's just, we have a lot to offer the world apparently.
Like, you know how you're talking about like movies and like all that's put into it? You know the language they spoke? Like, so I don't know if you guys read this or not, but I didn't know this until like he passed and people were talking about it. But that language that I want to say it was his dad in the movie or something like that, but one of them actually speaks that language, and it's a language from a country in Africa. I'm not sure which one, so I'm not even gonna try to guess. But and then Chadwick went and learned like his parts, like and what it actually means and stuff like that, like a whole new language for this part.
You're talking about like just like you talking about like them speaking in Wakandan?
No, that's a real language.
Well, so they took a real language and sort of remixed it.
Yeah. So, but that's what I'm saying though. It came from a real it's a real language. It's not remixed though.
No, is it though? Because I think I looked up and like I saw that it was like a
Re-reformed or something.
Yeah, where they took inspirations from a real language.
Yeah, that's what they do a lot though with like anything that comes from like basically. I don't know if y'all like Green Lantern. I'm a pretty major nerd.
Yeah, Green Lantern was my favorite. Like from the Justice League, he was my favorite.
Yeah, it was great until Ryan Reynolds played Green Lantern. I mean,
yeah, that was always so strange.
Green
to
Lantern
me.
was a shit show, but I liked it because it was Green Lantern.
I was used to the Justice League Green Lantern who was black. Like that's who I was used to.
Right. Well, it changes every time that one of them dies, and it's
whoever has the ring.
Anyway, not
that's
the point.
Right.
I was like. I have read something about how all of their languages for like the alien languages and stuff like that from the different planets and from like their different cultures, they had basically found inspiration from like other languages, like dead languages or languages that belong to, and they credited it, but they wanted to make sure that whatever they were saying did not sound like it was just gibberish. That way there was some uniformity for the language, so that way it would be interpretive for other countries where they sent the film to.
Yeah, so to sort of wrap this up, I don't know, like it sort of look at this, the situation, and if you have loved ones, I'm gonna say that sappy thing where like hug your loved ones. And also I think my biggest takeaway out of all of this is that everyone has a story. Everyone's going through something. Sometimes it's not 100% visible at the time.
Right.
But everyone is going through something. Everyone has their story. So, these hurtful things that was said on the internet a couple months ago, like I'm pretty sure the people that were making these comments,
they feel like assholes.
They feel like trash right now.
As you should.
So, just take that as like a lesson. Y'all, like, be nicer.
Mind your business.
Like,
honestly, stop assuming.
Empathy is key. Like, if someone has an attitude with you, why? If someone is quote unquote mean or being a bitch, why? What's going on? Show more empathy. Show more compassion. And I feel like the world would become a better place.
Even if the things that they were saying was true about him, even if he was on drugs or even if he was, whatever, why would you blast him online like that? If someone's struggling with the drug addiction, like, which obviously he wasn't, we know that now, but like, why would you comment on his photos to go out of your way to like make them aware of something they're already aware of?
Yeah, people are trash.
Yeah,
I think that's the.
We knew that though.
Yeah, that's the
Misery loves
quick
company, and y'all seem to be
Exactly.
lonely as fuck these days.
All right, so y'all, we're gonna go ahead and jump into our next segment. Our icebreaker. Let's go ahead and loosen up a little bit. Let's get,
Loose as a goose.
yeah, let's move around because I'm a little sad.
I'm sad, right?
Let's lighten up the mood. And know what's the best way to lighten up the mood? It's funny. I was gonna say, some jobs they take this as like a reward sometimes. And I get mad when they do because it's always
It
trash.
feels like school.
Yeah, it's like school. But oh, you did really good. Let's have a pizza party. So what we're gonna talk about in our icebreaker, we're gonna talk about the best pizza. So we've decided that we're gonna go off of brands because
That's what I thought. Yeah.
Yeah, because otherwise it's going to devolve into pineapple or not.
Exactly.
That's literally what it's gonna come down to.
Hold on, but before we get into that, pineapple, yes or no?
Yes.
Yes.
Fuck no.
Oh,
Y'all
God damn it.
nasty.
We were doing
I
so
say,
good.
I say yes. So Jade, you're the only weird one.
That's what I'm saying. We were doing so good while everybody was saying yes.
That's you. That's what
If
you
you don't
sound
like pineapple on pizza, you have childish taste buds. Anyway.
Okay.
All right. So
Your mom has childish taste buds.
similar to how we did our fries, like we're gonna rank this into top 5.
Little
So-
Caesars does not go on the list. Don't y'all even mention it.
I can't wait to yell at y'all.
Nasty. Y'all better not even mention.
I like Little
Little
Caesar.
Caesar. All right.
No.
It's hot and it's
It's
ready.
better than Papa John's.
It's hot and it's ready.
All right, so,
No. Little
so-
Caesars is bottom tier pizza, y'all.
So
Your
Herb,
mom.
I'm gonna have you start us off. Give us your top 2. Let's go
Top 2 like pizza chains?
Yeah, pizza chains.
Okay, all right. Well, like if it depends, right? If I'm at home and I have like full choice and, I don't know, like it's not about pleasing anybody else and I'm just going to order myself a pizza, probably Domino's.
Same.
But if I'm out or if I'm
Yes.
going to a party or if someone's like, let's get pizza, and there's like I'm at a house party or whatever, like and I say this as if this is actually happening. I mean, pre-March. Little Caesars all the way because it's
Yes.
so fucking
Yes,
cheap.
yes.
And it's just like already ready and I'm just like boom boom boom. I don't have to wait. I just go in there, I get it, it's done.
That
I'm
is
already eating it.
that is the only pizza that you like is not good leftover. That's like it's
Little
awful.
Caesar starts to taste like the box it came in after 5 minutes.
It
Oh yeah, no,
feels
you
like
have to like eat
yeah,
it.
you have to eat it
Yeah.
immediately. You're not
That's
letting
what
that
I'm
sit
saying,
there.
but
Yeah.
other pizzas you can at least eat the next
It's
day
like-
and microwave them and they're fine.
Is
Like
it
like
good?
Pizza Hut is good leftover. Little Caesars,
I
like
think
once
Little
it cools
Caesars-
off, it's cardboard.
So with Little Caesars, you're looking at the convenience is outweighing.
It's just cheap. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's
It's
cheap and it's
outweighing the
convenient. That's all it
quality.
is.
That's
But
like
the
saying
convenience is so high. The convenience is up there.
that's like saying that the McDonald's McChicken is better than a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich because it's convenient in $1. No.
It's true, but you're gonna eat both either way.
Yeah.
I mean, I'll eat them both, but I'm not gonna sit here and say that a McChicken is better than a Chick-fil-A chicken sandwich.
How did I just?
No, and that's why I'm glad you asked for 2. I also have a third Aldi pizza because that shit's like $4 and it's huge.
Aldi?
Yeah, when you go to Aldi, they have those big.
Oh
pizzas.
yeah, I know what
Like,
you're talking about. Yeah.
it's like $4 for like literally like an 18-inch pizza. Like, yeah, it's great.
Can't beat that.
It was
love
funny. We
Aldi.
got one time we got a hamburger flavored pizza, like not flavored, but like it had hamburger stuff on it from Aldi. That was gross though. But their other pizza that we got, I think it was like cheese or something like that, was so good.
All right, so Velvet,
Yeah.
Oh, me.
top 2.
Okay.
You should do
Um,
3.
I'll go with Domino's.
Okay, so that's the extra vote for Domino's.
And I don't know. I guess it's hard because other than Little Caesars, I really don't go out to chains like that, and I go to this little like mom and pop like.
What is
Place
that though?
right there.
Yeah, tell us.
Yeah.
It's called
shout 'em out.
B&B's.
B&B's
Their
is
cheese
lit.
is so good, and their crust is so good.
B&B is lit.
However, I hate Papa John's. That shit is nasty.
Yeah, Papa John's is the worst.
I hate their sauce.
The only thing
Ugh.
they got going for them is that garlic sauce that they give you with the pizza.
Oh yeah, that's good. But that's the only way I'll eat the pizzas is if I dip it in the garlic sauce. But like we said with the fries, it doesn't count if you need a sauce with it.
touche.
Also, Papa John's owner is racist, so fuck
Oh
that
shit,
dude.
yeah, that too.
Yeah.
No
Fuck
wonder
him.
I haven't
Well,
gone there.
the
No.
story, the
wonder I
storyline
haven't
behind the Papa John's guy. Like, have y'all followed up with that?
No.
Not recently.
Not
When I
Wow.
say this man has like he's going through like character development. When
Character development.
no, seriously, like after the whole like him
What?
saying the N-word, him getting like kicked off the board. Tell me why? Like a couple months later after that, in another like interview, he's
God.
like, yeah. So ever since then, I've been eating. I've had like 40 pizzas, like, and this is
Oh, I think
and
I
the sma-
remember that where he
like,
was talking about he ate nothing but pizza
nothing
for
but
like.
pizza for like
A minute.
So
That's
like,
disgusting.
You went nuts.
So essentially, it was like no, like with the timeline though, the timeline of like the amount of pizza that he said he ate in the time that he ate it.
Yeah, he was.
He's having more than one thing of pizza a day.
Ew.
That's
it was
disgusting.
No, but at the same time, during the interview, like he's like
sweaty,
and super
got, like,
He probably
greasy.
smelled like pepperoni.
Yeah, he's got like the meat sweats. And he's
Listen,
visibly like.
we were visibly seeing Papa John's turn into a Batman villain.
The penguin?
Yes.
Jesus Christ.
He's turning into a comic book villain.
Oh my God.
Yeah, he turned into a real pizza work.
My turn.
Your turn. Go ahead.
So since I have to choose chains, because technically my favorite pizza is this curry chicken pizza from somewhere called Slices in Griffin. If you guys haven't tried it, it's
oh my
so
motherfucking
good,
God.
y'all.
Yes, Lord have mercy.
Curry chicken pizza.
That shit.
Anyway,
Curry chicken.
oh my God, dude! So it has
Sounds good.
it has cucumbers, tomatoes, chicken with like curry powder on it, and then like some kind of like sauce on top.
Yes,
Oh
that
God. Anyway, so for
Quakes
chains,
minds.
my top two would be Pizza Hut and Domino's. Those are my top two.
Yeah.
Marco's is a close third. I love
Yes.
Marco's Pizza.
So I was gonna, yeah. I'm gonna
Marco's
put that
Pizza's
back.
fire.
Okay, so we might actually agree on something because my number one was Marco's.
Hello.
That's
Because
three.
Marco's, y'all,
Maybe I just had a bad experience because
Their
I literally only
calzones-
gone once.
The
and
one
it was
here?
Nasty. Yeah.
their
Oh.
calzones,
Oh.
they
I
quake
lo-
my
their
oats.
pizza's so
They are
good.
so good.
That's what my
Um,
grandparents always get every time I like go to their house. They always got Marco's.
The second runner up for me, most definitely, would be Pizza Hut
Mhm.
and then Domino's. But that's only because Domino's, like, there's just I hate
Domino's has the flavored crust.
Their
doesn't it?
crust, yeah, it's like
So
garlic.
good.
Yes.
their crust
So
is
that's my
good, but
number
at the same time, there's been times where I've gotten crust like that's that long, like into the center of the pizza, and that's stressful.
The only reason that I pick Pizza Hut over Domino's is stuffed crust.
That's stay out of my mind. Stop it.
Yeah, stuffed crust is good.
So my top three, mine. So one of my votes is going to Marco's because Marco's Pizza most consistent
Yes.
pizza.
Am I the
I'll
only
agree
one
with
who
that.
had like a bad experience?
Yeah, you're
with it?
crazy.
Yeah, you're the
Yeah.
Burger
You're
King.
wild.
of
It's
this
not my fault. Don't
conversation.
call me crazy.
No, she finally feels better because we like agree
Yeah,
on
you're
her
the
food
Burger King
choice.
of this.
Don't call me
Fuck
crazy
you,
though. It's not
Velvet.
my fault
So-
that their
No, it's
pizza
not
was
your
bad
fault.
that one time.
Yeah.
It's not our
Marco's-
fault. Your taste buds are bad.
Oh.
No, it was a bad pizza.
It was
Could be a
probably
bad
just
pizza.
this
Give 'em-
chain.
yeah.
It wasn't my fault.
We'll get you some more Marco's.
Blame me.
We got you.
Help me
We're
out.
gonna make up for
Yeah.
it.
I know where
Got
you've
you.
been. It's nice
So
to have the swap tables.
I also Pizza Hut. The stuffed
OG.
crust
Yo.
is so good. I think because of Pizza Hut, I actually eat my pizzas backwards now. So I'll start off with the crust and then go into the actual pizza.
I roll them
I
bitches
saved-
up and dip it in ranch.
I saved the crust for last.
I
It's the best part.
can't. So part of me is like, oh, there's too much bread, but then at the same time, I don't know.
So good.
Yeah, I'm with you on that whole like folding it and dipping it train. Yeah.
Y'all ever had the Pizza Hut, the pizza with the little bites that you pull off on the
Yes,
little
oh my
cheese
God.
Oh, I
bites?
remember
Them
those.
bitches
So-
are
Okay,
Yeah, so
okay,
Pizza
wait a
Hut-
minute.
Chef's kiss.
Chris, I retract Domino's completely. I'm sorry. The number one pizza right now for me is Mod Pizza. I forgot all about it.
What is mod?
What's mod pizza?
Oh my God. So Mod is $8, unlimited toppings, and it's like Subway. Like you walk in or you order online and they can put whatever they want in it, and it's unlimited toppings.
Bubby.
And-
Is that like a your pie type of thing?
Or like pie five or
Pie
whatever?
five. That's the one I'm thinking about.
I mean, I
They're-
guess.
your
yeah.
pie
It's
too.
really good.
Your pie's in
And they have a
Griffin.
bunch that you can just like get already, but you can always make your own.
Where is this
Alright,
at?
Yeah. This must be
There's one on
Atlanta.
Roswell Road,
Yep.
and there's like I think like 3 in Atlanta altogether.
We're gonna have to try that out. Sounds
Heard.
good.
MOD Mod Pizza. It is so good, and they're one of those places where it's like you have points and you get free ones and stuff. They sell beer
Ooh.
there. Like when you pull up, there's beer.
Oh, yeah.
So my last vote is it's not a throwaway because I love this place. This is like my actual number one. It's just that I'm pretty sure y'all haven't tried it, but it's amazing. When I say I've eaten pizza from this place, and for about like 3 months afterwards, cannot eat pizza anywhere else because it tasted like trash. When
I know what you're talking
When I
about.
say chef's kiss, wow, so good, amazing. I'm talking about Antico's Pizza.
Who?
Okay.
Is this up north?
I mean, no, it's in Atlanta. It's a
Is
couple
this
in
up
Atlanta.
north?
Because
So what I love
Never
about
heard of
this
this.
place, so what I love about this place is that all of their pizzas are like freshly made right then and there. All of the ingredients flown straight from Italy. Like they keep making pizzas until they run out of ingredients.
Okay.
And then when you actually go in to eat, it's a like bring your own beer experience.
Excuse me.
Oh, that's cool.
So it's so like the way they have it, sort of like an indoor courtyard, if that makes sense. You have like your
BYOB. That sounds tight.
It has your tables. You can just sit down and chill, bring your drinks, and just like they'll bring the pizza out. And when I say these pizzas are huge too, most expensive pizza I've ever bought, like hands down. But it's worth it.
Wait, like how expensive? Like how much for like a
for like
16 inch?
for like just a pie. I like the prices like are vague right now, like because I haven't been in a minute. But I remember.
It doesn't matter. That's how good it is.
Yeah,
right?
but I remembered looking at the price and I was like, "You guys are wildin'. Why am I gonna pay this much for a pizza?" But then everyone was like,
you
"Yo,"
had it and then you forgot.
yeah, everyone was like, "Oh, we'll go in." I was like, "All right, bet. Let's do that." So I think it was it was like 20 plus for just a pizza.
Yeah.
It's up there, but like I said, like the ingredients pristine, like everything is
Wait,
fresh.
Is there only one?
Top notch, top shelf.
I think there's two. I think they built another one in the Battery.
Okay.
But it's
so this
so
pizza
good.
place is in the Marriott that you were just talking about. Is that not what you just said?
The
Is it
Marriott.
I thought that's what you just said.
No, I
He
think
said the
it's-
courtyard, but like literally a courtyard, not
Yeah,
Yeah.
a courtyard.
I swear to God, that's what you said. Okay,
yeah.
sorry.
But it's up there. It's really good.
I'm hearing shit.
I wish y'all have I wish anyone here tried it out just so they could be like, yeah, he's right. This is actually really good.
That's how I
I
feel
will.
about.
Antiquos?
Antico's. So
Antico.
yeah,
spelling
so
the wrong thing.
Antico. Antico's.
Okay.
Really
I'm gonna have to
good.
try that out.
Like I said, like I like legit a couple days after eating there had pizza with like other friends and I couldn't like I took like 2 bites and I was like, y'all, I can't do this.
I know that feeling. That's
This
how I
is-
am when I go to Boston, right? And then like in my little city town thing where I'm from, that's like 5 minutes outside of Boston. They have this place called Broadway's House of Pizza. Oh my god, that pizza is so fucking good. Like when I go there, that's the first thing I eat.
All right.
I want to try New York pizza.
You could go to I
One of
Love New
these
York
days.
in McDonough.
No, you can't. You want to know why?
The closest I've had
You
is
wanna know why?
They're
Sbarro's.
from New York.
You need New York water, New York tap water in specific.
That sounds
there's
awful.
There's a difference. There's a difference. It adds seasoning and flavor.
That
Why?
sounds terrifying. That sounds like it
Why?
might kill me.
Why? Why is it adding?
Anyways,
Why
you
is
can
there
go to I Love New
seasoning
York
and
Pizza in
H2O?
McDonough.
All right,
Heard.
so all right, we gotta do some hashing out. So let's I guess agree going bottom up. Little Caesars, can we at least put that at a 5?
No, it should not even be on the list at all.
Morgan, you're the only one
Trash.
disagreeing. You're the only one who disagrees with us.
Disgusting. You guys are gross.
Okay, well we can
It's-
grow
What
it to
else?
be number
It's
5.
Hold on.
budget. It's
What other
budget. It's
pizza
a dollar
places are
menu.
there? What other pizza places do we have
Exactly,
listed?
that's why it's
I'm going
5.
off of like what had multiple votes.
Let me see what else you got.
All right, so places that had multiple votes, we have Pizza Hut, Marco's, Little Caesars, and Domino's. So we have 4.
Okay,
Exactly.
yeah. So
What, no
Pizza
mod?
Hut should be. I mean,
I know.
I'm
I gotta try it though for
Little
real.
Caesars should
Fine,
definitely
it can be number 5. Whatever. That's
That's
fine.
what we just
Yay.
said.
Gross.
And we can put what?
So number 4, can we put y'all remember Stevie B's?
Domino's.
Yes.
Or CC's.
Like
Or
CC's.
CC's?
Yeah.
Oh
Cheese.
shit! Yeah, CC's is number 4.
Y'all
That's
might
some-
think I'm disgusting, but the mac and cheese pizza from there was
No,
Yeah, that was
ridiculous. It was so good.
and the
Never
barbecue
had it, so I
pizza.
can't say.
Oh
They have
my
barbecue
god.
Pizza, and for some reason, like
How did we forget CC's? Because there's not one here anymore.
it got
Yeah,
shut down.
this was one of those like here RIPCC's.
It's called Shane's Rib Shack now, and they're
Oh, man.
racist.
No, they're closed down too.
Hell yeah, that place closed down. Fuck
Thank
Shane's.
fucking God.
All right, y'all. All right, let's get back on it.
So number 3?
So number 3,
Wait, what was 4?
Little
CC's.
CC's.
Oh, duh.
Lil
My bad.
CC's.
Lil CC's.
Little CC's. All right, so this
So
is
it's between-
this is where it's
so
gonna
it's
get good. So
Marco's, Domino's, and
yeah,
Pizza Hut.
Marco's, Domino's, and Pizza Hut.
I would say Marco's would be number 3, yeah.
No.
No?
No.
No,
Marco's
no.
is like number
Pizza
1.
Hut, Domino's, and then Marco's from 3 to 1. 'Cause
Marco's is number
Yeah,
1?
you know what? I agree with that. I would put Pizza Hut as number 2. though.
Marco's is number 1?
Yeah.
Yes.
I would have put Pizza Hut at number 1.
Really?
I think so.
Make a case.
Pizza Hut is so greasy.
They
Like, I love
offer,
it,
but
it's
they
so
offer
greasy.
stuffed crust, guys.
right.
That is
You know
the
what?
kicker.
You know what?
You can build your own pizza, bro. Have you ever had like a stuffed crust pizza with like that garlic parmesan
Yo,
crust and like
yeah.
extra cheese and like chicken? Y'all don't know what you're missing.
You know what? Actually, yeah, I think
Pizza Hut's
number
crust
one.
is what is going for them at
Wait,
this point,
pizza-
honestly.
So we're putting Pizza
I would
Hut
put Marco's
over
at number
Marco's?
2.
I would put Marco's number 2, Pizza Hut number 1, Domino's number 3.
What do you think, Velvet?
Well, I can't say anything about Marco's because, like I said, I've had one bad experience there and I haven't been back
Okay,
since.
we'll put-
So
All right, Herb.
I can agree with you
help
guys
me out
there.
here. What do you? Where are you leaning towards this?
I still think Domino's is better than Pizza Hut. I
Agree.
like Pizza Hut's stuffed crust, but okay. Pizza Hut is like the Taco Bell of pizza. They have all the cool like
Whoa.
versions of the food.
I'm sorry,
but
excuse me?
Domino's tastes better.
Like,
You know
yeah,
what I'm
like,
saying?
okay, like if you get one regular, no stuffed crust, just a regular schmegular pizza, the
Right,
crust
that's what I'm saying,
already
Domino's
has
beats
flavor
that.
on it. Like, it's a a good
Pizza
You're
Hut's
talking about
number one.
Domino's.
Yeah.
Yeah, it does have
Yeah.
good
The
flavor
crust
on it.
is-
Pizza Hut's
Yeah.
number 1.
I mean, but I don't
Y'all
know.
gonna make me lose my mind.
If we're going
I
on the
think-
whole if we're going on the whole menu, probably Pizza Hut. But if we're going on just straight up pizza, which is what we're talking about,
Yeah.
like just like the normal
I-
average pizza, I think Domino's is better.
I think Pizza Hut's better left over though, because
Yeah, but
that's
he-
also what I'm thinking of.
He said pizza. Which pizza is the best? Not type of pizza, but
As a
which
whole- yeah, as a
pizza.
Just
whole
pizza in
different-
general?
yeah.
So we were going off of brands, and if we're going off of brands,
We're looking at menu, looking at
we're looking at menu, we're looking at all the whole
everything.
chain, everything. Yeah, see, it worked. So it's Pizza Hut. You're wrong.
I do love Domino's.
All right, so we're looking at Pizza Hut.
Wait, so where are we putting
Domino's.
Marco's?
Yeah, we're putting Marco's.
Number 3?
I
Number
don't.
2.
I can't argue. I
Marco's
can't
is
make
2?
Yeah, number 2.
So where's Domino's?
Number 3.
3? So Marco's is above Domino's.
Yes, because Marco's tastes. Okay, look,
I don't know if I
Marco's
agree with
tastes
that.
better than
here.
Domino's.
Oh,
Marco's
wow.
tastes better than Domino's.
Chris.
We're
Except
doing
for
Pizza
diarrhea.
Hut number 1 because Pizza Hut has all of the options and they taste great, okay? And then Marco's would be afterwards because Marco's tastes the best. And then Domino's still has a lot of the things that Pizza Hut has and they taste pretty good. So it's like, they're 3. And then 4 is CC's.
Domino's is in a good place for 3 because of its consistency.
Yeah,
True.
I'll agree with that.
Yeah.
it's the domino effect.
Marco's just tastes better. I feel like I feel like just the ingredients and just like everything just overall just a higher quality.
Right.
But Pizza Hut, I think with Pizza Hut being at number 1, that's gonna be for the what's on the menu,
And the taste.
the taste, stuffed crust.
The preparation time, like they stay on top of that shit too.
Yeah. The wings are okay.
What you raising your eyebrows
Wings
at,
are
bro?
Not
alright.
the one over here. They suck with that shit.
Yeah,
That shit
wing-
takes forever to come out.
The wings are decent, but
Their pasta's good.
Well, if we're going
it's
based
fresh.
off, if we're going based off of product though, Domino's has some fire ass sandwiches. Their
Who goes to a
sandwiches are
pizza
so
place for a goddamn
good.
sandwich?
Their
Exactly, thank
sandwiches
you.
are so good. Hold on. Sometimes like you don't be wanting pizza, but then you see like
Well, then don't go to a pizza
and
place.
go to a pizza place.
no, but their
Go
sandwiches
to
are
Firehouse Subs or some bullshit.
no, y'all don't understand. They're like kind of like Quiznos in a way. Like
Well, then go to Quiznos.
I miss Quiznos.
my God.
We don't have Quiznos in
Quiznos,
Griffin.
yeah.
Does
doesn't
Quiznos
exist.
exist anymore?
I don't know.
Is Quiznos like dead?
So basically, we're all hungry.
That's what it sounds like.
Like,
Sorta.
All right, but I think this is a fair list. So let's just to finalize it. We have number 5, Little Caesars for its consistency. No, for its
Convenience.
convenience. We have CC's and
Consistently
Stevie
bad,
B's just for the nostalgia of
Yeah.
like a pizza buffet,
Buffet.
of
Yes.
eating whatever you want.
Even
an
if the
arcade.
pizza wasn't actually
and
that
a little
great.
arcade in there
Wasn't-
too.
no.
Yeah, see, they had a
Yeah,
little
the
arcade.
arcade, yeah.
With their no, half the machines didn't fucking work though.
We're gonna go. Yeah, you're right.
That was some
Um,
bullshit.
Domino's for its consistency.
So that's number 3.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
Number 2, Marco's for its quality. And then number 1, Pizza Hut for just all around convenience, menu,
Domino's.
stuffed crust.
Domino's. If y'all do stuffed crust, it's over with.
I mean, I thought they.
Please just do it.
Did they
Wow.
not?
Please just do it. I've never had stuffed crust pizza from Domino's.
Me either.
Never.
My
Because
best
their
friend
crust is
works
so
at
good, it
Pizza
doesn't
Hut.
need to be.
Can you
stuffed.
imagine though with cheese in that crust with the garlic on top? Come
Right.
on.
You have a
They
chicken
probably
already
can't
put garlic
license
on top
the
of Pizza
term
Hut,
stuffed
so-
crust.
Please, Domino's. Do me a solid.
Dom, no way, Jose.
Bye.
All right.
Goodbye.
So with that, we're gonna jump into our unfortunate fact of the week.
Oh, this
Miss
is
Morgan,
fun.
what you got for us?
This is so fun. So, this is fantastic. You guys are gonna get a kick out of this. So, the Keep America Great website, the IP address or whatever spered, and whoever's in charge of that did not pay to renew it. So, Biden bought it. Yes, he did, y'all. So if you go to keepamericagreat.com, I just had it pulled up, now it's gone, but that was keepamericagreat.com. It has been edited. It's no longer Trump's website now. It's got just a list of his failures and just it's fabulous, you guys. Please check it out, please.
Speaking of that,
it's
did you
fantastic.
see the thing where if you search white American doctor, have you seen that?
Yeah, and it pulls up black
black
doctors.
families, all black doctors.
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, whoever did that, 10 out of 10.
Hilarious.
The internet is undefeated again. But just the fact that whoever's in charge of that in Trump's
Yeah, they dropped the ball.
They dropped the ball hard.
Well, did y'all not see wherever Zuckerberg was having to literally explain how the internet works?
Yes.
to Congress.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that was so funny.
If you keep expired people on your cabinet, of course, they're not going to be able to make the shit you need made. They don't know how to work the goddamn internet.
No.
Well, and I think that's a really kind of if there's any
This is
upside to 2020, it's that we're seeing that so many people don't know how to use their tech, and that I think ultimately will be the downfall of this administration.
He has a hard time using a keyboard. He probably Googles Google. He's a fucking disaster.
Kofifi.
Kofif.
So
So that was our unfortunate fact. Let's jump into the movie recommendation of the week.
all right. This is from Netflix. Yeah, it's so hard finding movies on Netflix because all their movies suck.
Hey.
All
hey.
of
That's
them?
movie
Damn,
for the win.
girl. Fuck.
I know several pretty decent movies off Netflix.
Yeah,
movies
same.
that but
Wasn't The Five Bloods on Netflix original?
Yeah, maybe you should
Yep.
start
Yeah.
watching.
See, look at you. Did you watch? Was it the Power? It was something Power. Jamie
Project
Foxx?
Power?
Project
That
Power.
was
I
not
haven't
That's
seen
a
that
good
yet.
movie,
You didn't like
too.
that one?
Supposed to be good.
Oh.
Velvet.
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 Look, I just don't like.
Okay, what's your suggestion? Tell us what you like. Bruce.
All right, tonight I'm gonna suggest Nightcrawler with Jake Gyllenhaal.
What a
Great
name.
movie.
One.
Thank you.
Yeah.
What a
See?
fucking name.
Someone agrees with me.
Jake Gyllenhaal.
It's on Netflix, guys. Since that's what's all you guys want. It's good. It's I definitely did not expect it to go the way it went. I forgot where I was going with this.
Oh my god.
To rate it, I'll give it a solid 8. Only because it is a little slow at parts, but if you stay with it and you watch the whole thing, you're kind of like, what the
So
fuck at
is
the
it
end?
is it a movie that you recommend not looking up, just going straight into?
What do you mean?
Like-
Like background information type stuff?
Yeah. Like, do you do you
No.
want to look at trailers or?
No. I think you'll be fine without it. Unlike Hereditary and Midsommar, then yeah, definitely those are the type of movies you're kind of just check them out.
No, that's what I'm saying. So,
But no, not with this
Midsommar,
one.
Go into that fresh. Don't look up anything about that movie.
Yeah, because honestly, the trailer for that movie doesn't even
I think that's why it's better to
Doesn't
look
even
at it
begin
because it
to-
doesn't you see that trailer.
it doesn't
you're
make
kinda
it
just
look as bad as it really is, or not bad, but as crazy.
But yeah, Nightcrawler, Jake Gyllenhaal. I feel like Renee Russo's in it also. Super huge plot twist at the end. But I mean, you kind of
We
see
love
it coming, but at the same time, you're kind
So-
of like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy?
So why give it a what made it an 8 out of 10?
Because it's a little slow in some parts. Yeah, that's what I'm saying. If you stick with it, you might get a little I guess bored in the beginning, but the beginning is basically just kind of showing how his character develops into what it develops into. So I feel like that is a little boring for the casual audience, but like I said, if you stick with it and you get to the last Jesus Christ, last 30 minutes is insane. You're kind of just like, what the fuck is wrong with this guy? So yeah, it's on Netflix, guys.
Stuff. That's Nightcrawler on Netflix. Jade, what you got for us with the music recommendation of the week?
So I have found an artist that I really, really like. Her name is Isla. The song is Juice. It's spelled Iyla. You can find her on Spotify, YouTube, or on Apple Music. Isla is a 27-year-old R&B or soul singer from Los Angeles, California, with strong influences of female empowerment and overcoming heartbreak. She has an abstract challenge on conventional beauty that brings a lively and beautiful theme to emotional distress. Her appreciation of all things dark resonate with the alternative community who were drawn to the R&B sound. I rate her and her overall like music and themes an 8 out of 10, which is still very, very high, but that's because I'm judgy when it comes to music. I'm excited to see other things she comes out with. So y'all give it a listen.
I like her a lot because, like, if I ever did music, that's, like, the type of music I would want to do.
Yeah, she's very...
I fuck with it.
I like how she is in the R&B scene and still gives credit to the pioneers of the industry. She's not like a culture vulture just going there and, you know, redoing everything else that other R&B pioneers have done. She's kind of doing her own thing and recognizing the influences she has and, you know, also trying to still give a platform to smaller brands and smaller artists. So she's amazing. She's very artistic.
Yeah, so definitely check out her information in the description of the episode. Check her out and let us know what you think in the comments. So, new segment. Of course, we have GameMaster Herb on. We have to ask, game recommendation of the week. Herb, what you got for us?
All right, I got 3.
Heyo.
First of all, I talked about this ad nauseum, but I'm going to talk about it again. If you have access to a PlayStation 4 and you have not played Dreams, you need to fix that. It's $20 new. Dreams, if you're not aware, is made by the same people who made Little Big Planet.
Oh, I love that game.
It is a game maker, essentially. But the thing is, everybody's already made thousands of games on it, and you can either play those, which is fascinating because a lot of them are like pixel perfect reinterpretations of existing games, or you can take assets from those games and make your own. I think years from now, we're going to hear a lot of game developers say, when I was a kid, I started in Dreams. It's that big of a deal.
Wow.
It's like, you know, the last thing to come out that was even approaching this would be Minecraft, and Minecraft is the best-selling game of all time. So, just saying, check out Dreams. It's $20. It's no big deal. This one is for Chris. If you like No Man's Sky and you were disappointed by No Man's Sky, and even though I know it's gotten better, if you want a game that's just like it, but indie and really cheap and really fun, get a game called Morphite. It's Morphite. I got it for like literally $3. It is No Man's Sky, just starring a woman, and you know, it's different. It's got its own style, but it's the same kind of endless expandable universe with randomly generated planets where you collect stuff and defend yourself. It's awesome. It's first person. It's the same kind of game. Like you would totally dig it if you liked No Man's Sky. Okay. The third game is absolutely free on every platform, and it is crossplay on every platform. And as a person who streams all the time, these games are like gems because so few games actually are crossplay, meaning that no matter what you have, you can still play with everybody. You don't have to worry about your friend that doesn't have a Switch or whatever the fuck it is. This game is called Fantasy Strike, and it's a fighting game, and it's honestly, I'm a huge fighting game fan, and I've never played one like this before. I think it's something anybody could play and get into, but also someone who's been playing since Street Fighter 2 could also get into. And it's absolutely free. You get all the characters for free. If you choose to buy stuff, it's extra bullshit, but you get all the characters and crossplay for free. I think it's awesome. So that's me.
I was gonna say, I'm surprised they didn't throw in what was that it's like that political game that we talked about last time.
Oh, well, I was gonna, but I thought y'all were tired of hearing that.
No. Let the people know what game am I talking about?
So the most important game of 2020, in my opinion, is a game called Democratic Socialism Simulator. If you've ever wondered what it's like to be a president, and for that matter, if Bernie would have won, Pretty much, basically it's a free game. It's on iPhone, it's on Android, it's on Steam.
I'm about to download this
and
right
it's
now.
on PC.
It's called what? Democratic Socialism Simulator?
Yeah.
Yep.
Really good.
It's made by a very small team of people, headed by this guy Paolo Pedersini, who's like this revolutionary dude who likes to make games that say something as opposed to just for fun. But it is fun. The whole game is super easy to play. All you do is swipe left or right, making decisions. But every time you
it's
play,
like
there's
Tinder.
like hundreds of randomized questions. And you kind of have to decide like what's best as the president and who to give money to and who to support and who to turn down. And every time you play, it's different. I think it's probably one of the only games I've ever played in my life that made me feel like afterwards that maybe I could go out and make a change. Most games, 99% of video games, as much as I love them, are a distraction, a escape, that kind of thing, like getting away from it all, having fun, which is great. But I think we can also have fun and learn. And I mean, the social commentary, it is really great. They have everybody in the game is represented as animal people. So the Black Panther is literally a Black Panther. The treasurer of the Oval Office is a squirrel, of course, and the lobbyists are sharks, and it's it's great.
Fuck yeah.
Yeah, it's hilarious. It's lots of really clever moments and lots of situations where you're like really thinking like, what is the right thing to do here? Because if I do this, this is going to change everything. And I think one last thing,
yeah.
I think if just imagine. I pointed this out when we talked about it before on the Should I Play That podcast, but let me just point out, The Last of Us 2 sold $245 million. That's a lot of money. That's great because it's a good game, but just imagine if that as many people that bought that also got this game, not even buying it, just downloaded it for free and tried it out. Once you play it, ask yourself that question, and that's kind of some of the change that I really want to see in the gaming community, to be honest.
I love that the start of their ad on this is tax the rich in big white, all caps, bold letters.
Hell yeah.
This is always my thing.
Oh, it's a very outspoken game. I've never played a game that really like says what the fuck they need to say this hard.
Budget
really nice.
item, Space Force, brand new branch, still figuring out its purpose.
Oh.
So great game recommendations. Check out all of them. We'll have links in the description. Once again, Herb, thanks for the list. So for this episode, we're going to go ahead and jump into the topic of entrepreneurship in 2020. And by that, I mean, it's a weird time. Let's be real. It's a weird time to either have your own business, to maybe like start a business and sort of like adjust, I guess, in like what you're doing. Or if like you're sort of like sitting there thinking that, I'd love to have my own business, but I don't know what to do. I sort of want to use this panel of, we have Velvet. Shout out to you. You have your salon. Salons. Jade.
What are they called?
My salons?
Yeah.
I have a hair salon named Velvet's Hair Salon.
Okay.
Original. And then I have a nail salon that's it's called Be Beautiful Nail Salon and Spa.
Cool.
That's where I got my nails did when I had them on last episode. That's what that was from. They was looking fire.
And I want to shout out Jade. Jade, you have like a bunch of accolades. What you got?
I am the first transgender female garage door business owner in the state of Georgia. I am an interior, exterior, commercial, and residential painter. I remodel. I can basically take a house apart and put it back together, and those all follow under different, branches. So it's basically Royal Enterprises. So that's that.
That's awesome.
Nice. And then Herb, what we have going on right now?
Me and my husbands have been running a Twitch channel for a few years, and since March, we've been doing it every night. And most Twitch channels are really just kind of centered around gaming. And of course, we do game. But actually, this past weekend, we just had an art auction, and we raised over $1,600 for NAACP and the Trevor Project.
Ooh.
Wow.
We also have different artist guests on every single week. We also, it's a huge amount of variety. Our good friend DJ Deku comes on every Tuesday. We've got community games. We've got DDR dance parties. We have watch parties for drag shows and all the other stuff going on in Atlanta with Wussy Mag, with SFQP. I very much believe in using a platform to the fullest. And, I mean, pretty much anything that you're into, whether it's cooking or making or playing, you can do online right now and make money. I think it's a good time to start adapting to that because this ain't over anytime soon.
No, it's not.
And then I sort of want to use this topic and just this opportunity to start talk, I guess, to do a self shout out. I've been doing podcasts for a minute. I've been doing photography here and there for a while, video editing. I've been doing like digital art, dabbling, a little dabble digital art. But
keep going.
Just there's a lot that I felt like I can put behind a business, and then but also I want to do more. Like I want to have like mentorship stuff for the youth. I want to do things with the community. So I want to use my art, use my skills to sort of build this business and sort of give back to the community.
Yeah.
So this is me talking about Muckluck Productions. So I've been talking about me being Mr. Muckluck for the past 11 episodes. I've been saying stuff here and there about it on Should I Play That, but officially here, since I produce these shows, this is gonna be under one umbrella in one house. So I'm sort of jumping into the whole entrepreneurship into 2020. So, I'm going to lean on you, Velvet. I'm going to lean on you, Jade and Herb. I'll be, asking you questions and just, I'll, you use the resources that I have and I feel like that's also something that you would want to do is surround yourself with people,
Like-minded individuals.
People that you could talk to, confide in, ask questions. I think the whole, thought process of I'm in this business, for myself, or I'm in this business to win. At the same time, build a community. Be friends with people. I've seen some. I've worked in some stores where they were legit have feuds with other stores that were in that same business. I've seen people that worked corporate for these companies get kicked out of said store because they worked for the competition.
Community over competition.
Wow.
Yep.
Yeah. So, I'm not doing all that. I'm here to collab. I'm here to talk to people. I'm here for everyone to grow. That's my mission right there. So, Herb, I guess let's start with you.
Okay.
What's it like right now? With COVID going on, I know that the landscape has shifted, but you're still doing stuff.
Let me talk about the transition. So, so basically, for 7 years, I've been running public events, and really, in 2015, it became like a bigger thing. I started doing a thing called Warp Zone Wednesdays in Atlanta here at the Heretic, and I was still working at Starbucks and just kind of doing that on the side. And there came a point where it was just like, I want to do more than this. There's no reason I can't do this all the time. And as a person who's 35, I remember a shred of what the arcade was, and I realized there just aren't any anymore. And any place for gaming is definitely not LGBTQ friendly. It's just not. They'll say it is, but it's all straight bros. So I decided to kind of take it upon myself to make that what I do. And about 3 years ago now, I want to say, it became a full-time gig. So anywhere from 3 to 5 events every single week. With very few breaks, because that's just how I roll. I've done some big events, and wherever really people need an arcade without having to spend thousands on arcade cabinets. And so in March, of course, that came to a halt because I'm not going to do events. I've gotten some misplaced offers. They're like, hey, come do this party, come do this. I'm like, no. No, and wear your damn mask because I see you out there not wearing it. And so, switching to online, all I'm going to say is it was a good thing we had already been streaming because there is a learning curve. But I think right now it's a little scary for people, especially if you don't have unemployment, if you don't have any sort of, side hustle. I have like 3 side hustles. I've always kind of like had my hands in multiple things because I don't know. My mom used to say, don't put all your eggs in one basket. I took that to heart. I think it's absolutely facts. So it's been rough in the sense of like, okay, I don't know necessarily when money is going to come again, or how, but being an entrepreneur and a freelance person as it was, that's just how it is. Like, so in that respect, I was kind of already used to the what if all the time. But this, they say necessity is the mother of invention, and it's true. You get backed into a corner, and it's like, okay, well, am I gonna like fret for months over what I can't do anymore, or am I gonna turn this around and turn it into something that works for me? I think more than probably any other time in history, we all have the tools. We all have, and in first world countries at the very least, the large majority of us have cell phones, have Wi-Fi, have internet access, have a computer at least. And I think right now is really kind of a very revealing time, not only for our administration, but for our citizens, our fellow people of who's with it with technology and who's not. And I'm not going to like shame anybody who isn't. I'm not going to blame anybody who isn't, but now's the time. Like, now's the time. If you've ever had that dream, if you've ever, said, I really don't want to go to this 9-to-5 job anymore. I really don't want to work in the service industry anymore, whatever it is. Now's the time, it takes a little bit of it's a little bit of a learning curve. It takes a little bit of capital, but it's kind of like, what else are we doing right now? Hopefully nothing if you're being safe. I have to reiterate that because every time I'm scrolling through my Instagram stories, I'm like, oh my God, stop.
I will say a lot of the stuff that I was going to attempt to do, you have to be around like people, like getting certified to like teach Zumba and then opening up like a studio for that. I'd have to be around a bunch of people. So right now is not an ideal time for that. I've been thinking about getting certified, but I have a solution for you. Massage therapy. Oh, go ahead.
I'm not going to say it's foolproof. I'm going to say it's an option. I did not know you had to get licensed for that, but let's say you wanted to teach an aerobics class in some fashion. You could totally make that a YouTube or Twitch or whatever thing.
Yeah.
There's lots of systems set up for you to get paid and for you to build a community on it. I know it takes time, but like for real, all you literally need is your phone. That's it.
Yeah.
Especially if you have an iPhone, because the iPhone camera is fire.
Yes, it is.
So if you have a tripod and an iPhone, like you have more than somebody 20 years ago had entirely. Do you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's how I look at it. Like I couldn't even imagine if this were to happen. If 2020 were to happen in 1990, we would be fucked.
Damn.
We're not that fucked. We're just pretty fucked. We're not that fucked.
I think
all we had then was landlines and maybe dial-up internet if you're lucky.
Maybe.
Right. And none of us had our own platform then. And now every single person has our own.
Yep.
Well, I mean, I think ultimately the best part, well, not the best part, the hardest part of running a business in 2020 is about adaptability. What I do, I have to be in people's houses, in people's homes, or like right up in front. Like there's no way for me to virtually paint someone's house or virtually lay down floors. But you are able to use this as an opportunity to say, hey, I offer, CDC guidelines like that are followed in my business. So like, I don't enter a room unless my customer is out of the room. I come in, I sanitize the room, I wear my gloves, wear my mask, and I maintain social distancing. We don't do cash transfers. We do Venmo, PayPal, stuff like that. Like,
love it.
We like for my makeup. Like I just now started getting back into doing makeup again, and I'm wanting to relaunch myself as a brand, which will be in the works. But I've made sure like I let people know, hey, I'm gonna set all my stuff out on a table outside of your house, and I'm going to sanitize it in front of you, wear my gloves, wear my mask, wash my hands beforehand. And they see me like following all of the guidelines, and it provides an extra sense of security. And you can profit off the fact that you're able to do these things. So like makeup, cleaning stuff costs like maybe $30 total for all of it. And you're able to get twice as many bookings because you're the only person who is doing makeup and going to people's houses and doing quarantined makeup. So like there's a lot of ways to adapt to what's going on right now. But I think the most important thing with running a business in 2020 is making sure that you are providing a platform and providing, you know, a stage for the communities that really need it right now, that are not just facing a global pandemic, but facing issues like police brutality and facing issues like crime rises as a result of the rise of poverty. You know, just shit like that.
I'll say, Velvet, how have you adjusted? Because we've sort of been like along with the ride, seeing some stuff.
Oh yeah. So funny thing, I've had my hair salon for about 5 years now. Five years. And then the nail salon, we literally opened that maybe like 2-ish weeks before we had to close down for COVID. So that was kind of like a punch in the throat. It's like, oh great. Obviously we closed, and then doing hair cannot be done at 6 feet. We were allowed to open April 24th. That did not happen. Because we were worried about our health, obviously. And not only that, but the requirements and stuff that were needed, it was really hard to like find everything. At that point in time, we had to have hand sanitizer for everybody. We had to have like capes for everybody. So with capes, we do reuse them, but we put like I don't know, like when you guys get the haircuts and stuff, it's the neck.
Yeah.
A guard.
Like a liner.
Yeah, it's like a paper. Oh my God. Why can't I? It's right there and I can't think of it. So anyways, you put that to protect, you know, so it doesn't touch you, right? But now we had to get one for every person. So that's another cost. Like I said, the hand sanitizer was impossible to find. Antibacterial soap was impossible to find. What else? Oh, we had to take everybody's temperature. Like, am I a nurse? Like, what is happening? We had to triage people before walking in. It was insane. We weren't even open. We didn't open. So like I said, we were allowed to open April 24th. We didn't open till May 7th. And even then we were still very, very hesitant because obviously our health is, you know, important as our customers are too. But at the same time, we're kind of like, well, what are we going to do? We can't cut hair 6 feet apart. We can't, you know, do color. You can't do microblading. Can't do any of that 6 feet apart. So it's like,
exactly.
We had no choice but to adjust. It's been stressful, but I mean, at the same time, I'm glad we're open. We are taking every precaution that we can. Everybody's wearing masks, et cetera, et cetera. And yeah, I mean, we're making it work.
And I think that's the constant theme I'm seeing.
Making it work.
Making it work, yeah.
Adjusting, you know, calling an audible. Like, you have to. You got to, you know, make these quick decisions. Or, I mean, sometimes not even quick. Sometimes you have to, like, make hard decisions.
Oh, yeah.
On whether or not to, like you said, like, open, to allow people into the store. And then, Jade, like what you're saying, just making sure that you're up to guidelines. Yeah. And being the person that was like, this is what we do, this is how we're doing everything.
Well, if you execute things in a way that is like executed well, people are not going to like, at a time where people's lives are on like a constant threat right now, like with COVID, they are not going to pay for, they're not going to not pay for something that is going to guarantee their safety. So like if you follow all of the guidelines, you can charge a little more than normal and get away with it because a lot of other businesses are not conforming and following the guidelines because they're like, oh, it's not a big deal. So like, you know, if you are able to do that and you advertise it that way, you can, I've noticed an increase actually since COVID has happened in my business. I've noticed that I've made more money now than I was making a year ago because people want to hire a person who says, hey, not only will we risk our lives to come paint your house or to come paint your business or to come lay down new flooring or cabinets or whatever the fuck we're doing, we will also follow guidelines to keep you and ourselves safe, and we will ensure that everyone's, health is kept at its highest, So we've gotten a lot more business, but the problem is that we've also lost so many employees that it's hard to keep up with the influx of, plus everybody getting all of their stimulus checks and everything else. Like, they're all wanting us to come do a whole bunch of shit, but we don't have any employees because everybody's on unemployment right now. And if they start working with me again, they lose their unemployment and they're able to do freelance work. And I mean, while I'm not going to get mad at them for benefiting off of a system, it's really hard to maintain a business like mine. And I've been blessed enough to have a trade to where this has not been an issue.
You know what's funny about how, like, you're talking about, like, that you can, like, profit off, being safer and whatnot and all that. So actually, with us, it's like the exact opposite. Not that, okay, so we're obviously, doing everything that needs to be done, wearing masks. Like I said, we do everything above and beyond.
Right.
However, a lot of our customers seem to be upset with that. And it's just like, why?
Like upset with the fact that you require that they wear masks when you do their services.
Exactly.
That's ridiculous.
Those are not customers.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, they are, but they're not.
No, like literally this past weekend, we had somebody who, he's an avid speaker of it not being real and whatnot. And so he came in the other day and he was like, I've never had to wear a mask before and blah, blah, blah. And anywhere I go, I don't have to wear a mask. And then I was like, well, you're here, so you got to wear a mask. We have 2 signs outside that say masks are required to be serviced. And then so the area where we actually do the work is different from the area where we like pay, where people pay and or whatnot. So when he left the area where, the haircut got done, he walked out to the front to pay me. I wasn't doing anything. I was at the front, about to take his payment. He pulled his mask down and I was like, can you please pull it up until you leave? And then he was like, you could tell he was mad, but he didn't say anything. I'm just like, and it's just like, it's annoying. It's like, we're doing this for your safety, for our safety, for everybody else's safety who comes in and out of here. Like, why are you so upset about this? It's annoying.
Has anyone else noticed a trend about people who do get angry? Because I've had people like, my mom has COPD. I've told people, I'm not going to come into your house unless I'm allowed to Lysol every fucking thing. You do not come into the room that I'm in. You do not come really close to me. We do not do cash transactions. And I've had people get upset, but at the end of the day, like, my mom has COPD. There's no amount of money that I'm going to kill my mom for. Sorry. But I've noticed that a trend with the people who are getting angry. I've like paid attention over the course of since March. These people getting pissed are usually white middle-aged men. And it's also, if you're angry about a mask, that just means that you don't care for the safety of others, and not just that, the emotional security of others.
But like, why are y'all being such sissies about wearing masks?
Exactly. Is that really
I wait
bothering you?
tables.
I think it's to the point of them they felt like they're being challenged.
I wait tables in a restaurant with no AC where I have to wear a mask. So it's like 80 degrees in this fucking restaurant and I'm running around like a chicken with its head cut off with a mask on. So if I can do that, you can walk into a store for 15 minutes with a fucking mask on.
For people saying
it's
that
not
it's
hard.
like, I have a hard time breathing.
No.
Well, oxygen counts are not lowered. Otherwise, doctors
It's a
would
mind
not
thing.
be
You know what's
wearing.
crazy?
It's easier to breathe with the mask on. You're not breathing in dust.
So after like all of this research
y'all
came out about wearing like the cloth mask, how it helps, but it doesn't really help. So since then, I've been like double masking. I've been using the surgical mask, and then over it, I have my cloth mask because honestly, at this point, the cloth mask are like, it's like a fashion statement.
Right.
I have so many masks now, like it goes with like whatever outfit I'm going with.
Like hats
with that
now,
day.
yeah.
It's a hat. It's a hat at this point. So yeah. So I'm double masking it up, and it's like it you get even more hot wearing it that way. But like I feel safer. I feel more secure. I also feel like my mask doesn't like flop all over the place like just wearing one mask.
To piggyback off what Jade said, though, like as someone who works retail and has to enforce masks in a store, everybody that I have to tell to put on a mask is white, like you said.
Yeah, it's a middle-aged white man.
Oh, just white people in general, bro. Like everybody.
For me, it's like, to me, like, it's
But
usually
the men act like the biggest sissies
it's usually
about
the
it.
women who I've had issues with.
Yeah,
are
y'all are
usually the
sissies.
me too, pick me bitches. But like, it's just stressful because it's like, it's just a reinstatement of the fact that
They don't like being told what to do.
It's not even that; it's that they feel a suppression from a safety guideline, and
Yeah, they're super out of touch.
yeah.
So, Morgan, you had some, like, I want to sort of highlight at least like one or two of your questions. I think you had some questions. At
I
least
mean, you guys
coming
kind of
from-
covered what the questions were.
Say it.
Well, minus like, well, like you guys already talked about like your setbacks this year and stuff like that. But I guess one of my questions, which would have been better to ask at the beginning, but it's fine. Like what was the inspiration behind you like saying, okay, I'm gonna start this like business? Like what made you like take that plunge, I guess?
Who's going first?
What's that, Herb? You want to?
Sure. So I mean, just us already kind of being in the mode of streaming. I think there was a moment there. There's so many factors to this. For the past 10 years, I've been like crazy frugal. And part of that was because 10 years ago, I had like zero money and zero opportunity, at least I thought. And so I decided to just start cutting out all the bullshit. And so right when this happened in March, I was like, okay, all right, I can last, 4 or 5 months and I'm good. But I knew that eventually something was going to have to happen. And if I've learned anything in being freelance at all, it's that you have to plant seeds. Whatever you're doing right now is probably not what you're doing right now. What you're doing right now is laying groundwork for what you're going to do in a couple of years. And so with that in mind, I think already, doing the streaming thing was good. And, I just know that via gaming and via community, I have found sort of, I guess, a calling. Not only something that I can live off of, but something that really brings me a lot of happiness and has brought a ton of people together. I've gotten such amazing messages from people from various events. And, a lot of people are like missing all that right now. And I'm just like, I know, but stay safe. I think it was kind of an easy transition for me in a sense, but to answer that question simply, I just haven't given up on this dream yet. That one, I can work for myself, and two, that I can apparently single-handedly, because I don't often find someone in this line of work, but it's possible to bring arcades into the future, where I think in many ways most people consider that to be dead, but it's really not. It's just smaller and more underground than it was, I guess. So yeah.
I guess I could piggyback off of that. I know for me, it was just looking at, so like what Herb was saying, with just like the opportunity. Granted, this is a weird time. So when it comes down to having to like interact with clients, it's gonna have to be something where like I'll have to be masked up. I'll have to sanitize everything, which I already sort of do, like with this podcast. All the mics get sanitized, wiped down before and after the shows. And just like, when we have guests come in, we'll have them like
take the temperature.
take the temperature and everything like that. So like, I think staying with those standards, like that's something that has to be a must. But like I think the biggest thing for me was doing something that I love doing, and especially doing something that I've been doing for free for so long, and just doing it because I loved it. It's to the point now where like I see, like the ninjas of the world that are making so much money doing this stuff. Not saying I'm going to be like the next like big streamer, but like
I think you will.
I want to, thank you. I want to be able to use like, my platform to put out a message to people that don't feel like they could do things. Like, no, you can do things. You have to be
Amen.
positive. You have to, to me, it starts with, once again, empathy and just kindness. Like people will remember you being like that chill person. People will remember you being just cool. So for me, being angry all the time or like just being like a dick. Like some people, like that's their thing. I get it, but I feel like it's so much harder to live your life that way. So
it's not serving anybody now.
Yeah. So
No.
I definitely want to, spread the joy. I always want to I want people to feel good consuming the content.
Yeah.
I'm so glad you said that because I don't know who says the quote, but it's like something to the effect of people don't remember what you say. They remember how you made them feel.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
And that is straight up truth. That is exactly what it is.
Yep.
It's not so much what you do, it's how you're doing it, because whatever you're doing, somebody's probably already done it before in some other form, because that's just where we're at in the human timeline.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I mean? Everything's a remix. So people get this idea in their head like, well, it has to be original. It has to be amazing. If it's too much like this other, it's like, no. Just pass, let the torch pass to you, carry it on, put your twist on it. Sure. But like, don't focus so much on what the thing is that you do. Focus on what you do with it and the passion that you put into it and what special thing you bring to the table via that as a vehicle. You know what I mean?
So to piggyback off that, a lot of people always talk about how like the type of industry I'm in is such a saturated industry. And, a lot of things that like when we first opened, just like with any company, business, whatever, it wasn't always great in the beginning. Like, there was that time where you're kind of just like, what am I doing? Is this really like how it's going to be, et cetera, et cetera. So a thing that me and my mom always say is like, people are going to come to you whether, no matter what. If there is someone else out there who does it cheaper, or if there's someone else who does it nicer, whatever, they're always going to come back to you based off how you treat them. And so that was like a big thing for us. Like, like sometimes, so like I said, it's a saturated, business. Yeah. But I'm not beating myself up about, oh, well, so-and-so has this and so-and-so has that. I have my clients who trust me and, they love me. And then hearing them talk about like how I changed whatever and how I made them feel better and this and that, it's really like, oh, I love that shit. I really do. I really do. Like, it's something that, keeps me going. Like when I'm not working, I'm like that whole time that we're in quarantine, like when we're actually in quarantine, like I had to stay home and everything. It was so depressing. I was like, I miss work. I miss my customers. I miss my clients. I miss everybody. Like, it's just, that's my baby. Like, this is my baby. Like, I don't know where I'd be without it. And, to go back to Morgan's question, why I started everything. Funny story. My mom actually didn't want me to do hair. And she's been doing hair since I was 12-ish. No, 11, I don't know, for a long ass fucking time. And so when I was like, getting to graduation-ish time-ish, she was like, no, don't do, I was literally looking at schools and everything. And she was like, no, don't do hair. Cause this was back when she was working for Great Clips. Oh shit. Can I say that? Sure.
Yeah.
Oh, I fucked it up. Back when she was working for that franchise, she was like, don't do it. It's not worth it, blah, blah, blah. And kind of like hearing, like, I know she loves that job. And like hearing her is like, it was really discouraging. So I was just like, okay, fine. So I went to something else. And then we finally decided to open up a salon, and we did. And then it just went uphill from there because it was great. Like I was like, no,
right, because you're doing it your way.
Yeah, exactly. And it's something that like, it's just so exciting. I love it so much.
Yeah, that's a beautiful, like, liberating feeling to look at everything. In whatever field or whatever direction you want to go with your business or your path, like financially or whatever, you get to look. You think about your whole life and you think about experiencing other instances of this thing, and then at least for me, I always kind of kept mental notes like, okay, I would definitely do that. I would definitely not do that.
Yes.
Just keeping all these notes of what is going to make this an experience that people want, and how is this going to stay afloat, and who am I going to collaborate with, and what are the steps I'm going to take to make sure I have something to fall back on, et cetera. It's a whole process and plan out. And I think most jobs that people get into, whether it's an office job or some corporate thing or whatever, are kind of set up in a way where it's not set up for you to progress. It's not set up for you to graduate. It's not set up for you to go anywhere with it. So, and that's yes, the system sucks, sure. But we also live in a society where depending on, it's hard to say this, depending on your perseverance, along with several privilege factors, depending on who you are. I think it is possible to follow your dream, but it's about unlearning the things that you're taught, because we're all taught not to do what we do. We're not taught to freelance. Are you kidding? I probably would still be doing telemarketing or Starbucks or any of the other fucking 40 jobs I've had. It's like, you know what I mean? Like, if I would have just stayed there and never decided, like, okay, I'm done with this. This is a stepping stone. This is not me forever. I would still be there. No one would just like do that for me. No one would encourage me. Sure, your mom or whatever, but nobody at the job, nobody in the system is going to push you any further. You have to do it.
Yep.
Well, growing up, I had a lot of people who were in construction who were involved in my life. Like the man who raised me, he was a welder. He knew how to basically tear a house apart and put it back together. And I was also very verbally abused by him. And I did not like the construction world because of the way that so many people in that world treated LGBT people. And whenever you were on a job site, like my mom, my adoptive mother now, she was hazed on job sites. She was the first female garage door installer in the state of Georgia. And she was so bullied and picked on. There's been so many times when I've gone onto a job site, I am basically the one who's the top tier, the one who needs to be speaking to the customer, and customers will go and ask my employees what they're doing or go and ask my employees questions. And after I've already answered it 5 or 6 times, and the employees will finally be like, "That's boss lady." And then they're like, "Oh, my bad." And then suddenly I'm changing someone else's mind about my community because I'm breaking stereotypes. I'm not just a woman in the industry. I'm a queer woman in the industry. And that's something that's very not really found. And I completely dismantle systems. And if I find you bullying another one of my employees, your ass is packing your tools up and you're getting the fuck off my job site, because I'm not going to reinforce the system that made me afraid to do construction in the first place. I did not want to do this with my life at first until I was invited an opportunity to be a part of a team where it was a woman who ran the whole business, a woman who was literally in charge of all of the individual crews, and all the individual crews were ran by women as well. And I was blown away because I finally had found somebody in this industry that was like opening and accepting and didn't feel the need to like make jokes about someone's sexuality or someone's race or gender. And I've had so many opportunities to, because I work in the Bible Belt, touch the lives of people who did not know about my community.
I want to say that right there is like, that's what's important to me, is that spark of inspiration. That's something that, I would hope that with my business, someone see, wow, that black guy, he's doing this, and he's doing that, and he's doing this. I can do that.
Yeah, well, I mean, I've had so many of my trans friends have messaged me, and they were like, you were like, anytime we think we've got you pinned down, you've done something else. Like, I started off doing makeup.
Wait, real quick, is that not weird to you, like, now?
What do you mean? Like,
getting like those types of like messages like that? I don't know, I get those too, and I'm kind of just like, what?
I never expect people to like enjoy anything I do or to like follow me.
That's what I'm saying.
I am actively choosing to. Why wouldn't someone want to see what I'm doing? Mm-hmm. Why wouldn't someone be shocked by what I've done? I've decided to actively applaud myself for the fact that I jumped into makeup and into hair because I was like, this is what I'm good at. I'm queer. People will like the fact that I'm doing it because I'm a biological male doing makeup, and people like that. And it never really, I feel like the reason why my career did not take off then was because I was doing it for all the wrong reasons. I did it because it was easy. It was something I was good at. Now I've been able to go back and be like, okay, I'm going to take a male-dominated sport, turning into a woman's industry, and then give it back to my community. I'm going to provide opportunities for people of color to work with me, and pay them the exact same amount that I would pay anyone else. Because like when you get into the construction world, you get to see that it's an entire community. Like if you fuck up at a job, your face is remembered. They let everyone know, and you never get hired again. So like I've been able to give Black people the opportunity to work with me and make the same amount of money as a white person would have, and they are blown away because they're like, wow, you're going to pay me this much an hour? Like how? Like I've never gotten like that opportunity. And I don't want a badge or an applause for it, because that's what the right thing is to do. I've been able to go into such a corrupt industry. I've been able to take a corrupt industry and provide opportunities for queer people, for women, for, any minority to like navigate the industry and to put their imprint somewhere. So it's a very rewarding process.
So you don't want to applaud, but like we have to applaud that. We really do.
Hold on.
That's great.
And I like also like the way that I've navigated talking to super Republican people, because that's where you're going to find a lot of very backwards conservative views, is in the construction world. And I've been able to go into people's homes and make their homes beautiful. And whenever they see something that like they see an actual physical, tangible beauty that they've gotten from you, they're more willing to like listen to you for some reason. And they've welcomed you into their home. So like I create an atmosphere where they can misgender me, but I encourage them to correct themselves, and they do. I respect their faith and respect their belief systems, and while also non-abrasively enforcing my own. And it's just like, it's been really nice to see the way that
it's like a bridge.
Yeah, it's the community has like embraced me now. Like now I get offers because I'm trans. Now I get offers because of who I am and because of the people who work with me. And it's just, I cannot wait to see where I build on pre-existing greatness.
All right, so last thought process, or last like go around that I want to do. What's something that you would say to like year one, like month one,
Oof.
you starting in, where you're at in the business that you're at? What would you tell yourself?
I'm so sorry, y'all. I cannot.
That's good. What would you tell yourself starting out, like words of wisdom?
We're starting with me.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. Don't stress. Well, I still stress now, but don't stress about what I was stressing back then.
Mm-hmm.
I was stressing about not working because, like I said, it's not like you open and you're immediately going to get like all the money,
Right.
It's something, it took us months to get any type of business. And so
And there were days you'd have like one haircut.
yeah. So it was that was really defeating, but, just wait, just see how it goes and not, just be patient with it. It's something that, takes time and energy, and
You got to
all
build
that
up
other
word
stuff.
of mouth,
Yeah.
Oh yeah, social media. Yeah. Yep.
All right, Herb, what you got? What'd you tell?
I got three things.
All right.
The first thing is don't doubt your abilities.
Yeah, that too. Oh my God.
Don't let anybody tell you nothing. Don't even listen. I mean, listen to your close friends, listen to the people that have your back, but don't doubt your abilities. You have it in you. You're not any less than. I would also say when you do remaining humble, when you do get accolades, when you do get cool shit, be proud of yourself, and also pay attention to who congratulates you, who says nothing, and who says some shit. Pay attention.
Yes.
Mm-hmm.
And the people that are saying shit, they're done. They're gone. Don't consider them any further, in my opinion. I've spent way too much of my life considering people that were not considering me. And the third thing is, wow. The third thing is there's never going to be the right time to start. Just start.
Yes.
Exactly.
Just start
That
it.
too.
Just do it, because sure, whatever. Next year there could be a fucking meteor. Who fucking knows at this point?
Shit.
You know what I mean? Like,
2020, we
geez.
might have that next
Um,
month. Who knows?
You know what I'm saying though? It's like there's never they say there's never the perfect time to have a kid. All that. It applies to your business, to your ventures. There's never like the perfect time to start. But if you don't start, It's never going to happen. That job that you're working at or whatever it is, and this goes for everybody, whatever it is that you're doing that's not making you happy will continue if you don't take that first step to change it. It's that simple.
If I had anything to say to like month 1 of Royal Industries with Jade, damn bitch, like you're doing good.
Yeah.
Do not let the voices of gender essentialism and everyone else in the world be louder than your intuition, because you know what you're doing. Don't be scared to be manly and to like show up to work and to do what every other man does. Don't feel like that invalidates your womanhood, and stop invalidating yourself, because I'm proud of you. Oh God.
I love that.
That's why I stopped earlier, because I was like, I'm gonna cry if I keep going.
Aw.
Yeah. That's why it's like
nice.
when I said, like, you know, this business is my baby. Like, y'all saw what happened the other day. So
With the nail salon
that was
flooded.
so stressful. So yeah, look, now I'm gonna start crying too, Jay. Damn it. Anyways, so yeah, the
Aw.
nail salon flooded, and like I said, these businesses are babies. It's stressful.
Well,
You
it's
guys
like-
are so
like-
cute.
Stop.
Well, I mean, when you're young, everybody's telling you like you have no idea what you're doing. And,
Oh my
like,
God, yes.
And not just
Yep.
that, like I had 0 chances. Like I was homeless, and I did it. Like I've done it, and I'm so proud of myself, and so proud of like month 1 of like I was just happy to have a phone that worked. Like I was happy to have a car that
Damn.
ran. Like, and now I am buying what I want and doing what I want, and it's because I did not listen to every single person who told me that I was not going to make it. I made the world a better place for the people who are going to come after me. And that's like, I could die now and be like, I've done everything that I was supposed to do.
Dang.
Wow, why is this getting so emotional?
I know. Good Lord, y'all.
Wow.
Jesus
My business
Christ.
did not just come from me wanting to make money.
Oh yeah.
Money wasn't the point. I've chased a home my entire life. And I found a home whenever I found my business. I found a home whenever I found Royal Industries, because Royal Industries is about making a home for other people. Not just literally, but like giving people the chances where I've never had a chance, and now have a platform to like let some other little Latina kid, some other little queer kid know that like your possibilities are endless. And like if you want a possibility, join my team. Because I'm not here to make it a harder place for the rest of the world. I want to fix this shit.
Oh, that's
Ooh, no.
That's powerful. That's powerful.
I love
stuff.
Wonderful.
you.
Going off the like home thing, when we first opened too, we weren't in a great, when I say we I mean me and my mom, we weren't in a great like headspace. We weren't doing great, you know, in life in general. And the salon literally became our home. It's funny because sometimes we're like, oh, we need to go home. We're talking about the salon.
Yeah.
Or like, oh, we need to have something at the house, talk about here. And it's just like, it's become a space. Oh God.
Where you're finally in charge of something.
Yeah. And you feel like you know what you're doing. So fuck.
Damn, y'all.
Nope.
It's just a lot.
It's-
Like,
no, but know what I love about this? It shows that, you know, y'all are really passionate about what you do. Like you love what you do.
That
And
makes me
that's-
so happy.
And that's the difference. And this is coming from look, y'all are talking to your month 1 selves. Hey guys, that's me. Month 1 self. But I feel like I'm blessed that I have friends like you.
Aw.
Aw.
And that goes to you too, Herb. All of you guys. That you
Thank
know,
you.
I have people that look at what I'm doing. They believe in what I'm doing. Herb, you said it. You know, don't question your craft. Don't question like how you're doing things. Like people are looking at you for a reason. Like it shouldn't be am I good enough? No, you are good enough. You just have
Right.
to sort of like step into that greatness and move forward. Push the greatness even further. I'm using that to like it's tough. Like every day I'm like I wake up, I'm like, all right, I have this, that, and the third to do. I'm still working 2 other jobs. This week's gonna be wild, but like I love what I'm doing so much. I don't mind that I have to, instead of going home, maybe playing a video game, watching a movie. No, I'm gonna go home, edit one thing, work on another thing, maybe start some art somewhere else. I'm doing these things that make me feel happy, make me feel whole. So all of it is going to work. Everything's going to fall into place as long as you're staying positive. Use that positivity as like energy. You know, you talked about Green Lantern earlier. Green Lantern for me is special because like as a human, we all have willpower. But willpower is a source that can run out.
It is.
Yes.
You have to, I mean, sometimes you can't, sometimes you will be afraid. Green Lantern's weakness is fear. Is, you know, it's the fear of whatever, you know, is holding you back. You got to push through that. You got to be that light that, you know, cuts through the darkness. You got to inspire, because that's what I want to do. I want to inspire. I want people to take this content, take what we're saying, and use that to help them out in some form or fashion.
There was so many times.
Yeah. Like at the very least, I'm like, if I'm a catalyst for someone being creative or feeling included or feeling empowered or feeling like they belong, then that's a whole thing in itself. Not even the thing that I'm doing, but like being a catalyst for those feelings in people, you know, because one hand washes the other. It's like, you know, you make someone feel that way and then they make it you feel another way right back, you know?
Well, I mean, the day that I was able to employ the people who used to bully me in school was the day that I feel like I did it. And it wasn't because like I employed them and was like, now you clean the floors. It was I employed them and I said, here's an opportunity to better yourself and to create a living for yourself and for your family and to go somewhere in life. And like, okay, I one time found one of the kids who bullied me in school on a meeting app, as we know, Grindr, and I posted it on Twitter. And I don't know if it made me a better person or a worse person, but I know that I haven't forgotten about him for a very long time. And I got to take that experience into my business and give the people who did make my life a living hell an opportunity to redeem themselves.
It's very big of you, because a lot of people would want like revenge.
Well, I don't like to think of it as it's big of me. I think of it's essential of me. But like I have been the only person in a room who was a trans woman for my business, and it's nice to have been able to like not been afraid of adversities.
So this is powerful stuff. But you know, I feel like this is like part 1 of this discussion. Because I mean 2020, I mean we're almost through it. Somewhat, I guess. But I feel like this
Can't believe it's already September.
Yeah. But just this conversation in itself, like I'd love to have it you know, again, you know, Herb, you know, shout out to you for, you know, being on this episode. And once again, any topic that you want to talk about, like invitation is there, let us know. But we're gonna put a pinpoint on this chapter for this episode. Real quick, let's roll out the red carpet, do some shout outs. Herb, what you got going on and where can people find you?
So every night, more or less, I think we're taking off like tomorrow. It might be like one night a week, but more or less every night around 10 p.m. we're on twitch.tv/3 Bears Gaming with a Y. You can find me at GameMaster Herb on Instagram. Whenever we get back to whatever, I'm also on Eventbrite, which is where I post all my events. Yeah, and every night there's something going on involving gaming, artists, music, drag, and for that matter, I'm very uncensored on Twitch. I do not mince words. I'm happy to say fuck the cops. I'm happy to say abolish prisons. I'm happy to say all Black trans lives matter.
Retweet.
I'm very, very like vocal about that shit on there because I think if anything right now, especially in Atlanta in the South, we need to be beacons. We must be beacons.
Yes.
When he said gaming with a Y, he means GAYMING.
Yes.
I was like, what does he mean with a Y? I'm like, where does the Y go?
You say black trans
Right in the
lives
middle.
matter, right? I'm so glad that was one of like the points that you made. You said you have a husband,
2
I have
husbands.
2. Yes.
so is there room for a third? What?
It is literally 3
Is there room
bears
for
gaming.
a
Yeah.
wife?
But that is episode 11. Once again, shout out to GameMaster Herb. All of his links are going to be in the description.
Thank you so much.
Once again, shout out to everyone that was live in the pre-show. Let us know, Facebook, how to work out. Do you want to see it on Instagram? Do you want to see it on YouTube? Do you want to see it on Twitter?
On Facebook again.
Or on Facebook again? Who knows? We just shout outs to y'all. We appreciate you. And with that, we are oh wait, guys, I messed up. I messed up, y'all. I started this last week, and
Oh yeah.
Oh, you
and-
forgot your quote.
yes.
I love your quotes.
Thank you. Oh, so Herb was there when like the quotes went for like 15 minutes. It was like, yo, don't do this. Make sure you do this.
It was an essay.
Yes. Oh man, but it was good stuff. It was all stuff
No,
that
it was great. It was great.
I need to bring it back. But let's see what we got. Speaking on businesses, let's go with this one. Listen to your fucking gut. Trust your fucking instincts. If you feel in your souls of souls that something isn't right, listen, damn it.
Unless you're racist.
True.
Some guts are not aligned with correct.
No, go ahead. Out yourselves, so the rest of the world can move on without you.
Bro.
That's
No, you're
true,
right.
yeah.
That's very true. I'll take that back. Let's do this one. This one's good. This one makes sense.
Oh my
This
God.
one makes more sense than the last one. All right, y'all ready?
on, y'all.
You ready?
Reel it
Yes,
in.
we're ready.
Listen, bitch. There is nothing out of your reach. If you can see it, you can attain it. Stop fucking limiting yourself and underestimating your abilities.
Woo!
Why you cussing folks out?
At
Damn.
me.
Because you hear it and like you're like, oh shit.
I'm
You're
paying
awake
attention.
now, right? You're paying attention.
Yeah.
You gotta throw that in there. It's like a little sprinkle. Listen, bitch.
Listen, bitch.
There we go.
Now
All
we're,
right, bye, guys.
now we're really out. Herb, thank you for being on this week. Everyone
Thank you for having
listening,
me.
thank you for being and still watching and still listening. We appreciate you guys.
Bless your heart.
This is That's Unfortunate signing out for episode 11. Peace out. Drink more water and wear your fucking mask. Peace.
Bye.
Bye.